Fellas, what's going on? Hope everyone is doing well. This video we're going to be talking about Nasdaq, the trade that I took last week, which was very I didn't put a lot of risk into it. We're going to be talking about Palladium and the Canadian dollar. So let's start with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq, as we discussed, we're in a supply zone on the weekly and daily, and then I entered I'm gonna tell you guys exactly where I entered the trade. So I was I entered right here after this break of structure. We were creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we broke the structure, and then I waited for the pullback and I entered. I think it was over here, and as you guys can see, I got stopped out literally the same day. Um, So I only risk, the good thing is that I usually risk 2% per trade. This time I only risk 0.5% exactly. Yeah. I was actually gonna risk 0.25%, um but yeah. So I wasn't very convinced of this trade. That's why I didn't risk what I usually risk. We were creating almost an all-time high. Um the week that was supposed to be bearish didn't pretty much do anything. The indicators, I mean, the fundamentals weren't very clear, so that's why I ended up taking um, that trade for only 0.5%. Here's the evidence. Here's a funding traders account, 100K account that I'm doing. This was the NCD USD trade that I took, and then this one's the 0.5% of the Nasdaq that I took. All right, so now that the Nasdaq is out of the way, yeah, let me read this. Let's talk about Palladium, which is looking really, really, really good. Which one's Palladium? This one. So we go to the weekly. Go to the weekly. We're inside a weekly is rally-based drop, weekly supply zone, daily we're inside this this rally base. All this could be the base. I mean, sorry. This could be a base. This could be a rally-based rally, and then this could be uh rally base drop. So this would be the supply on a daily. I mean, there's no right or wrong. You could do it like from over here, but since this is shorter, I mean more concise, then I'll choose that one. And then so price came into that zone, and we're actually creating another supply zone right here. We have this rally, and then we have this two base candles, and then we have this drop. Um, so I'm just waiting for price. We already broke the structure. We already broke the structure. We're doing higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we broke, and then we had this push to the downside. Now I'm just waiting for price to come back into this support risk. It was support, now resistance. And then I'm gonna short this market. Ideally, what I wanted was for price to, when it broke this one, a deeper pullback and then a short, but obviously it didn't give us a pullback. Now, the the other the other scenario that I'm looking at is that price pushes breaks this zone and if it breaks this zone, then I'll be looking for an entry in 4 hours. All right, so and actually I can look for an entry in 4 hours right now. After this break, I can look for a pullback, bearish engulfing, and then we're going to the downside. And now for lastly, let's discuss. Oh, I didn't show you guys the fundamental aspects of this. So let's go to the weekly. And the weekly we have users and producers. Very bearish. Look at that. Look at how bearish they are. And then we're overvalued. against everything, interest rates, gold, and the dollar in the weekly and in the daily, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so look at that. It's looking beautiful for Palladium. So let's go to Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar. We're currently in a demand zone. This drop-based rally. Then the daily, we have this this drop base rally. We're inside both supply levels. Now, let's start with the fund managers. All right, fund managers are giving us some type of divergence. I would love for price to give us like a wick, so it surpasses um, this previous wick. But if we go to the line chart, we can see that price is creating a lower low, and then the fund managers are creating a higher low. All right, so that's pretty much a good divergence. Now let's go to what's more important, which is what the retail is doing, since this is currencies. So retails, look at how bearish they are. All right, look how when they were this bearish, well, they give us 2 weeks of bullish, and then look at this. Look at all of this bullish momentum. So yes, now we're going to see what the users and producers are doing. The users and producers are very bullish compared to previous behavior. If we can see, I'm not sure why it's no. This is the highest it's been since 2017. So look how bullish they are currently. Now, that's another thing that's telling us that price should continue to go up. Ideally, if next week it continues to get more bullish, that would be perfect. All right. So the currency, the forex pair that looks pretty good, that has Canadian dollar in it, it's the USD CAD. It looks pretty good. I think that's the best pair that I could trade right now that has Canadian dollar in it. So we have this rally-based drop on the weekly, and then the daily, we have this rally-based drop. We're inside both of those supply zones. Now, if we go to a lower time frames, like the 120, we can see we have this sort of bullish structure. We're creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher low. We're actually gonna break this. We're actually gonna break the support zone, but ideally I want price to break this zone. If it breaks this zone, I think it would be amazing. It would be a really good trade. Let's see how it looks on the 240. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely it's gonna be this zone. It's that you can even see it. Like if you see that, just imagine if price just breaks this zone, it's it kind of makes it's easier to see that price it's gonna just continue to go down. Because imagine if it gives like a bearish engulfing or just breaks this zone, all we need is a pullback to create this beautiful head and shoulders, and then continue to go to the downside and target the next, let's say, demand zone, which could actually be down here, or maybe we can target this support zone right here, which is a pretty heavy drop if you ask me. So that's pretty much it for USD CAD, for Palladium, and yeah, and for the Nasdaq. So you guys have any questions, just shoot a DM or just leave it in the comments. Happy trading, guys. Have a good week.